Welcome to Lake Travis ISD. My name is Kathy Burbank, and I'm the Director of Accountability and Assessment, or a really long title to say that I'm the District Testing Coordinator. But today, I'm going to talk to you about Google Suite. We use Google all the time to search for answers to questions, but in Lake Travis, we use the full set of the suite. There's a link at the top of your screen that's in yellow if you want to see this presentation without hearing me talk. So you can go to that address and view the presentation yourself. The Google Suite has lots of pieces. Chrome is the browser. We use it for our email, Gmail. It has a calendar feature. We also have district and campus calendars. Drive is where we save our files and our data. My Drive is for your personal files. Then we have shared drives you can use with Teams. And then all of this integrates with Schoology, which if you haven't been on a Schoology session, you'll go to one later and learn more about how these work together. Docs are the equivalent of Word. Sheets is like Excel. Slides is like PowerPoint, which you're viewing a slide presentation right now. Google has this great feature called Forms. You can create an online form, have it dump in a spreadsheet, and collect all kinds of information from students and parents. There's also a feature called Keep. It's like a little Post-it note page where you can keep little notes. Then you can also integrate that with Docs. Meets, you've already done some of those, and you're going to do lots of those throughout new professional orientation and training next week. There's also a way to use chat. Probably not go into those too much today, but there's a lot to the Google Suite. We're going to cover some basics that we feel like you need to get you started. If you ever need help, you don't know what to do with Google, you don't know how to do something with Google, there is a googlehelp.ltsdschools.org. It looks like this. It has the LT logo. It's different guides, how to set up your mobile setup for everything to do with Google, some training resources, everything about the Chrome browser, more information about Mail, Calendar, Drive, anything that you want to know about the Google Suite. Also, there's G Suite training, and that link here will show you and ask them, just put a question in, and they'll try to walk you through everything you want to know about Google Suite. Also, when you're in a program, you're going to have a little question mark in the corner that might be there in it's there in most programs. And now if you click on that, you'll get more help. So always look for the question mark. Okay, let's get started. When you log into Google, you can go to accounts.google.com, or if you just go to google.com, you'll notice that there's a sign in over in the top right. You're going to use your full email address. Our email address is usually our last name and our first initial, unless we have a pretty common name. And then it's at ltisdschools.org. Students are at ltisdschools.net. The password for Google is the same as the password you use to log into your computer. It does expire and needs to be reset when your computer asks for a reset. So when you have to reset your computer password, you have to go in and change all your Google passwords. Once you get into your Google account, we like for you to set up a profile picture. To do that, you can go to myaccount.google.com. There needs to be a picture that's recognizable and that's you. We like to see your face. I know you want to put a picture of your dog or your cat, but we really want to see you. So when you go to myaccount.google.com, there's a spot where it says profile or personal information, and you go to profile, and there you can put in your photo. Please put one that's recognizable and that we know that it's you, especially right now, because we really want to get to know your faces as much as possible. Earlier, I talked about that we use Gmail, which is the email part of Google. You need to set up your signature file so that when you reply to people or you send an email to someone, it has your signature information. Right here is a URL to a doc, which will have the signature files for all the principals of the campuses. So I'll show you what that looks like in a second. To add or change a signature file, you'll open Gmail, you'll go to the gear in the top corner, and you'll go to Settings. Then you'll scroll down to where it says Signature, and you'll add the signature in the box. But the one thing you got to remember is to go all the way down to the bottom and click Save Changes. So let me show you the different signature files for the different principals and how you can copy those. So if you go to this link right here, bit.ly/SIG capital LT, you'll see the different signature files for the principals at all the campuses. And you'll notice you'll see the logo. So if you come down here, and if I go to Bee Cave Elementary, I can highlight all the information that's here for the signature file. I will want to copy it, so I can go to Edit, Copy, or you can do Control-C and copy it. And now I'm going to go into my settings of my email. So when I log into my email at gmail.com, and I go up here to the corner, there's a settings gear. And this is what settings looks like. If you scroll down, I was at the bottom already. If you scroll down, you'll see an area that says signature. And you'll create a new signature. And then when you do that, you'll give it a name. So this is your LTISD signature. When you create that, then you're going to come in here and paste the information that you copied. Now you might have to do some cleanup. The first thing you need to do is put your name in there, not Kim Kellner. So I'm going to add the name, change it from principal to whatever your role is, change your phone number, change the email address, etc. And then you might need to do some cleanup with the legality part down here that we have to do. So I kind of get rid of some spacing. Usually it turns out pretty good, but you might have to clean up a little bit of that. But the thing that you need to do, most important that you need to do once you've got it the way you like it, you got it the way it looks good, got everything you want there, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and don't forget to click Save Changes. It's so frustrating to do all that work to get it the way you want it, make it look good, and then you forget to click Save Changes. All right, I'm going to delete that because I'm going to accidentally use it real quick. You'll notice when I'm in this area right before the Save Changes, there's this area called Vacation Responder. This is really nice if you want to set an out-of-office email and to let parents know that you check your emails only at the end of the day, or if you're going to be out, or when we take a vacation break. This is where you would set up that vacation response. You would pick the first day you wanted to start, the last day you wanted to end, and then come down here and type what you wanted to say. If you click only send a response to people like Travis ISD, parents won't get this response. If you click only send a response to people in your contacts, then everybody has to be in your contacts. So you might want to take those check marks off if they're there. And don't forget, if you do anything in this area, click on Save Changes. We also use calendars in Google, calendar.google.com. You can add other calendars to your calendar so that you can view them and they can overlap over your own calendar. All the campuses have some kind of campus calendar that is usually maintained by the admin assistant at the campus. So if I go to my calendar, calendar.google.com, and I come over here where it says Other Calendars, if you click on that plus symbol and go to Browse Resources, you will see all the departments and all the campuses listed there. If I go to a campus, and I'm going to go to Rough Hollow, you notice that there's a Rough Hollow staff calendar. If I click on the eyeball, I can preview it, or I can click a check mark in this box, and that will put that calendar and overlay it on top of my calendar. If you go to Lake Travis High School, you'll notice there's lots of calendars. You want to double check which ones you might want to add. Some of these might be out of date. They'll show up here over here on your side. So I'm going to click the back arrow in settings and show you what that looks like. So if I come over here and I click EDC Bluebonnet, which is another room that we use here at the EDC where I'm housed, you'll notice that it'll put that next to here. So I'm looking at the EDC Bluebonnet calendar along with my calendar. So that's a great way to add other calendars. I can click the little check mark next to EDC calendar and make it go away. We usually have, sometimes campuses have an ARD calendar. Sometimes they have a special events calendar. So you'll just have to look at your campus to see what's there. Here are the steps how to access that calendar and how to add it to your doc that's on the side of your calendar view. Earlier, I talked about Drive. Drive is where we save our files, but you can share any files that you save. You can give people rights to those files. You can give them edit rights. You can give them only comment rights, or you can give them view rights. Shared drives are where you have a team and every member of that team can control what's in the drive. No one owns a team drive. It's shared by all the individuals, but anyone can set up a shared drive. So let me show you what that looks like. Here is my shared drives. I have lots of them here. I'm shared I'm with some other campuses. I have some of these that I created. So I'll look at one. So Campus Testing Coordinator. This is a shared drive. You'll notice I have 61 people in that shared drive. I have files in there, and anything that I put in that shared drive is automatically shared with those 61 people. I can share an individual file with someone else that's not a member of the drive. When you go to a particular document, you can right-click on it and click on Share, and then you can add that person's name, and you'll see here all the people that I share this drive with. If I wanted to add another individual, I can come in here and type in their name. So I'm going to type in Jennifer Lyon, and when I click on her name, I can change the rights that I want her to have. I can say their editor rights, viewer rights, commenter rights. Then I can also type a message so Jennifer knows what I'm sharing with her, and then send, and it will send her an email and notify her of what I've shared with her. Shared drives are a great way to have a team and keep all of your documents shared with your team. My drive is where you would share your personal files and your personal documents. You'll notice you also have a recent, which I use all the time. It tells me what recently I looked at and viewed. Also, you can star items, the things that you look and find most and use most frequently. So that's a little short information about Drive. The last thing I want to talk about is the Chrome browser itself. You can create a profile in your Chrome browser. I have one up here in the corner. You'll notice it has my little picture way up at the top. And it will save your bookmarks. It'll save passwords. It'll save your history. And it will sync it so that if you go to any machine, anywhere, log into Chrome browser, you can get all your bookmarks and all your files. Here is the steps of how to set that up and create that profile in your Chrome browser. But be very careful. You want to make sure that you log out of Chrome and remove your profile if it's not a computer that you use on a regular basis. So please make sure that you follow these directions very carefully. You can always go to Help, and this is copied straight from Google Help about how to create a Chrome browser profile. I know you probably have lots of questions. You probably have lots of questions about things I've talked about, but we're going to stop this video now, let you kind of play with Google, play with Chrome a little bit, and then you're going to meet me later in a meet and ask me any questions or ask me to review anything I've talked about today. So I hope this was helpful. If it's not, let me know. Tell me what I need to change, and we'll make it better and better. Thank you very much, and I appreciate all that you do and all you're going to do for Lake Travis ISD.